How's she going right there, eh? It's Denis here from Danilo's Outdoors. I'm out in the wood lot behind the house. I'm going to work on getting a little bit of firewood. Just noticed I got a little bit of a slack tire there. So got the Argo going. There's the kind of the hood modification that I had to do because I lost the hood. If you've seen one of my first Argo videos. So basically I just made a box out of cedar 2x6, I guess, rough 2x6 that I milled, and painted it all black. And I just have a couple of garbage dumpster lids that I kind of riveted to the top. I had to cut them and slide them inside each other. And yeah, so what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to build a little plywood box, and I'll put like some strapping all the way around here, and then I can set another box inside, so I can put like chainsaw gas and like my chainsaw, and have some stuff in the front, so if I'm heading up to the top of the mountain to do a little bit of cutting, I can just throw all that in that front bucket, and then that'll save me, have some room for the back. So if I wanted, and that's what I'm going to do today, I'm going to put some firewood and stuff in the back of this. And another little modification, I've had this old car carrier that I had in the back of my SUV years ago when the kids were younger, and I got a bike rack on that, so I didn't bother taking the bike rack. I'm going to leave that on there for now. And this works out good for the grandkids, because the kids are smaller. They have a hard time jumping up into that, so, and hanging on to the lights and stuff. So now they can step up and then step up again and hang on to that bike rack, so they can jump in and sit in the back of the Argo and drive them around. So this is what I'm going to be working on here shortly. So that maple top broke off, and so I'm going to hook onto that with a strap in my winch. That's what's in that box right there. And I'm going to hook that winch to this bigger maple tree, and I'm going to try to reef that down. If not, well, I'll cut that little hinge that's there and then pull it down out of that treetop over there. Okay, so a bit of a change in plan. So I moved the winch on another angle, so you can see the tree right over there. And so I'm going to pull it sideways. I was going to pull it like right straight back, but I think that'll be harder. So I think I'm going to pull it sideways. Then I'll probably have to disconnect and then pull it straight. Anyhow, I'll get this started. I'm trying to get a shot for you guys to see how this kind of CAT scan winch works. And so I'll get this started, start pulling, and hopefully you'll be able to see that tree come down. That's the plan. So I got it sitting on the box to kind of get it off the ground. I haven't used this in a while. That's not going to work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a cut with the saw, and then I'll pull it down. Okay, so I got that knocked down. Let's see if I can pull that. Okay, anyhow, I'm fetching up on another tree, so that's kind of all I wanted to do. I don't have to pull it right towards me, so I'll go buck that up right there, and then I'll drive the Argo up to it and start stacking. Okay, just started picking up some of the rope and stuff. So this is a special rope. It's like 2 core. So there's an inner core and an outer core. And it's designed and it's made by, see the sign right there on the bag, portawinch.com. I don't know if you can see that. I'll try to zoom in for you. Yeah, portawinch.com. So I've had this for a couple of years now. Works great. I mean, it has its limitations. I think the winch is only like 22 pounds. So like the first pull I had, obviously it was still connected. Then when I cut it off and it dropped, there was a couple rotten pieces, so I chopped those off, and it was still hung up in the air. So I mean, it pulled that out pretty easily, as long as you don't fetch up on something solid. And then I did hit a little fir tree and then rip that tree down. There it is right there. So like I said, I'm going to buck this up. It's starting to get a little toasty. Like I said, we've had some rain for weeks, and the sun just kind of broke out there, and so it's getting really warm. So I had to take my sweatshirt off. Anyhow, so like I said, I'm going to buck this up, and I won't video that whole thing. I'll just video at the very end when I got it all kind of bucked up and loaded. Okay, so I got most of that bucked up. A lot of it is not as good as I thought it was going to be. Even up at the top, it was getting a little old. So I'll use what I can. The stuff that's not that great, I'll use that for campfire wood up at the camp, and see how many trips that takes. Kind of like that rack being a little low like that. I'll see how much it catches, but so far it doesn't seem to be too bad. Okay, so I just got a few more pieces. I'm just going to move the Argo ahead, and like I was mentioning in another video a while back, I think in another week or 2 weeks I'll have my new vertical split fire 1165V coming in. They said to be ready. They're going to probably give me a call a day or two in advance before they ship it, and so that's why I'm looking for some more wood so I can do a video on that, on the unboxing of it, and split some firewood. All right, I'm gonna move that ahead. Not sure how much wood I can get in that. That's it. Just gotta grab my saw. Okay, so I got that all loaded up. I don't know if you can see that. Just took a walk around to make sure I get all my tools, and I see the black flies are starting to come out. Yeah, so I have to back up a couple of feet. Black fly. I have to back up a couple of feet and veer that way a little bit. And maybe I just got to drive over a tree. But I'll try that, and might get some footage on the way out. Stand by. Hard to steer. Okay, so I'm at the main trail now. I just wanted to show, look at all the windfalls. I showed that in another video. I think it was a snap and spruce tree video. And there's a top right over there. So, and there's a few kind of leaning. Yeah, I got enough softwood now, so I ain't gonna bother taking that stuff out. And like I said, I'm on the kind of the main trail. So I'm gonna shut this down now. There was an old fir tree right there that fell down on this trail. I cut it down, then the stump went back. Yeah, so that's what I've been doing, going through here, cleaning stuff up, keeping the trails open. And yeah, so like always, if you could like, share, subscribe, comment. Thanks for watching. That's the end there.